everybody, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another gamer video podcast for you. This week, I actually went to the movies twice. First, on New Year's Day. It was very crowded in the theater on New Year's Day. Everybody went to the movies. New Year's Day, I went to see The Testament of Anne Lee. Mostly because it was screening in 70mm at the Lincoln Square AMC, which is a hike, but it was worth it to see a movie screened on actual film. You know, it has a texture and a feeling to it that digital projection, it's too clean. I want to see some speckles, I want to see some grain, I want to see film. It's delightful. But also I had seen a trailer for it and it looked interesting. It's basically about this woman, Anne Lee, who basically she traveled from England with some people to America and established the Shaker religion in the Northeast. And it was fascinating. I knew nothing about it. I don't know how historically accurate it actually is, but it was a fascinating story. And I was really intrigued because it appeared to be a musical, and it kind of is a musical. It's not a traditional musical, but while telling the story, part of the Shaker religion is they sing these hymns and they do this kind of weird rhythmic dancing and stuff, and it's all about, you know, finding your religious ecstasy through crazy movements and stuff. So there's all this really amazing choreography, and they like took these hymns and made them like beautiful and wrote music for them, and those sequences are really, really cool. And like a lot of movie musicals, the back end doesn't have as many songs as the front end, which is kind of typical. But it's great. Amanda Seyfried is fantastic as Anne Lee. And I really liked it. It was a bit long, but it was fine. I enjoyed it. And also, when they land in America, they land in New York City, and then they travel up the Hudson towards Albany looking for a place to settle and build their Quaker community and establish their home base. And they do so, and then there's a wide shot of the camp, and the title says Niskayuna, and that's my hometown. That's basically where I grew up as a kid and a teenager. I went to Niskayuna High School, so it was kind of fun to see a little shout out to my hometown. I did not realize that's where they were, and when I actually looked it up, technically they weren't actually in Niskayuna, but it said that in the movie. But from what I've been able to find online, that's not necessarily true. They were nearby in like Watervliet or something, but not actually in Niskayuna. But still, it was fun to see my hometown in a movie. And then this weekend, I went back to the movies and I saw No Other Choice, which is the new film by Park Chan-wook. And I have mixed feelings about this one. Everybody was raving about it and everything, and it's like, oh, it's pure cinema, oh, it's brilliant, amazing. So I think maybe my hopes were raised a little too much by everything I've been hearing about it. It's good. It's a fine black comedy. This guy works at a paper factory for decades, and then he gets laid off, and he struggles to find a new job, and decides that the best way to get a new job is to kill this guy and take his job. But then he realizes that there's other people who are in line to get this job, so he creates this entire elaborate scheme to find out who else would be applying for this job, and then take them out of the picture so that he's the prime candidate. And so it is very darkly funny. Good performances. It's very twisted and weird, and there's a lot of unexpected moments in it. But it's really, really long. Too long. And the pacing is just, it's like it lurches and then it just pauses and then it lurches again, and it's just like, come on. But I will say that I like the filmmaking more than the film here, because there are just some brilliant like dissolves and like superimpositions and editing, cross-cutting, and like just various editing techniques that I just thought were just brilliantly done. and really helped enhance the story. And that was great. I just wish they could have edited 20 to 30 minutes out of the movie, and then maybe it would have been a little, and it could have been better and tighter, and I would have enjoyed it more, but that's it. But yeah, this week at the movies, I went artsy. As for games, this week I went to play fitness boxing, and I thought I was going to get Christmas hats, but I thought that was going to last into the new year, but it did not, because I played it on New Year's and got a New Year's hat. So I was like, oh, okay. So I only got a few Christmas hats because I was not very dedicated and did not play it every day. And I know that I could probably just boot up the game, get the hat, and then quit. Change to another trainer and quit the game and then boot it back up and get another hat. I could probably do it all in one day, but that seems like cheating. So I don't want to do that. So if I don't play it, I don't get a hat. Them's the rules. So I have been playing it. I got a couple more hats. I played it today, still got a hat. So I don't know how long it's going to go. So I'm going to try to play every day to get a New Year's hat for everybody. But I don't think I will, because I don't think it'll last for 10 days. But we'll see. And then with Disney Dreamlight Valley, I finished Cinderella's Friendship Quest. Cinderella's Friendship Quest. And then I also finished the Star Path, because at the beginning of the week, I got the point where I finished Star Path duty and new ones filled in that extra space. And then by the end of the week, I had done them all. Except, I am not done with the Star Path because there's these annoying routine duties. So there's still like a month left of this Star Path, and we have to wait. And every week, there will be 3 more things that you have to do, and then eventually you can finish. And I get it. It's like, it's a live service game. They want you to keep coming back every day. But I play it every day, even if it's just for a few minutes to find the blue chest and get my free moonstones. I do play it every day, just a little bit, but like, it's annoying. I just want to finish the Star Path and then be able to like not have to worry about it and play my other games. But alas, I have to keep going. And then with Nikki, as I mentioned last episode, I did that side thing where I wanted that swimsuit outfit, the beach outfit. So now that, once I got that, I was like, okay, now I can go to Spira, which I totally thought was going to be the human city. I'd been exploring the Shroomling world, and I thought Spira was the human city. I don't know why I got that impression, but it was not. It is another Shroomling. It's a Shroomling city, but it's very vertical. It's all inside of this big shell, and it's all very vertical. And the best way to travel around is with the sticky claw, which is like a Spider-Man kind of thing, where you shoot a web and you rappel up and land on other higher platforms. So of course you have to craft this outfit. Thankfully, I am obsessively collecting and grooming animals and collecting fish and plants and whatnot. So it was like, oh, here's the recipe. Here are the items that you need to craft to make this outfit. And I'm like, okay, craft it. Seeing, well, how much can I craft and what do I still need to collect? And I just crafted it in an instant, and it was not hard. So I don't even know what it required, because I just said do it, and it did. So I had everything, so whatever. And then you use the sticky claw to swing around and jump up and climb and whatever. So that's kind of fun. And then I did all of this quest line, and I've been like investigating the Docilist's lies and trying to find the beasts and all the stuff. And I'm trying to, I'm doing the main storyline quest to try to, wrap this up. But it just keeps going, which is nice. It's all free. I still haven't paid a penny for this. Oh, and I also did discover recently, I discovered this section of the city that I had just never gone to for some reason. I'd never walked across this bridge to these other platforms, and it turns out that's where there's a clothing shop there, and I was like, oh, clothing shop. And I literally just bought everything in the clothing shop, because I have like millions of blings. So I just bought everything in the clothing shop, and now I have new outfits to play with, and it's all kind of appropriate for this area, so it's nice. and now I can play dress up again. Although there was one quest where I had to wear the special outfit, the Saintess outfit. But now, so that might happen again later. But yeah, so very much enjoying that. And then with Star Wars Outlaws, I made a bunch of progress there. I finished things up on Kijimi and got Ankh to join the heist crew. I finished all the main quests on Kijimi, which, you do the main quests and then you basically have to free up Ankh because they're in the middle of stuff and they're like, well, if you help me do this, I'll join your heist crew. So you finish it and then they join. And then I moved on to Akiva because it's either Akiva or Tatooine. And I actually did look up online to see like what order you should do them in. And everyone had said do Kijimi first. And then people said, well, I saved Tatooine for last for like nostalgia purposes, but that seemed to actually be the way they wanted you to do it, the developers, like as to make the storyline work better. And I would put off Tatooine anyway, because that's the annoying thing about Star Wars, is that they just keep going back to the same planets over and over again. It's sort of annoying, and I want to see new things. But even then, it's new planets. But Kijimi was an ice planet, like Hoth. And then Akiva is a forest jungle planet, like Dagobah or the Wookiee and Ewok planets that I can't remember the name of right now. Kashyyyk, that's the Wookiee planet. But yeah, it's just like you get forest/swamp, ice, or desert. Those are your options in Star Wars. There's like literally no other kinds of planets. It's sort of lazy, but whatever. So I go to Akiva, land in the city. It's a jungly, foresty, swampy planet. The city is annoying to get around in. It's all like mazy hallways and paths and things. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of irritating. But then I went to do the main quest, and that sent me out of the city because I got spoiled by Kijimi, which was just the icy city, and you didn't actually go anywhere else on the planet. This one is like the first planet where you leave the city and you ride your speeder around these like tiny little roads and crash into shit and hurt yourself because the speeder controls like ass. I did actually get enough parts to upgrade the control, the steering of the speeder, but it does not appear to be that much better. It's still kind of shit, and I keep crashing into shit and hurting myself. It's annoying. The other thing that's annoying about Akiva is that as you're zooming along, sometimes you have to pay attention to where you're going because some paths lead into swampy areas and the water is deep and you drown. And that happened. I was trying to escape from some randos who started shooting at me, and I was like, ah! And I was like, I don't feel like dealing with this. Let me just run away. I'm trying to get over there anyway. And so I went, and I accidentally went down the wrong path. They have like flashing red lights that are like, don't go down here. But in my haste, I didn't realize and went into the swamp and drowned. And that was annoying. But then, during the main quest, you then have to find this speeder tech guy who then, after you complete his mission and get him the parts he needs, he upgrades your speeder with a hydrofoil kind of thing so that you can now speed across very deep water. And that is very helpful. So now I won't drown anymore. So that's lovely. I will say it opens up a whole section of the map because there's like this watery section. There's this whole section of ocean with like, maybe it's a lake. I don't know. The map doesn't go that far. And there's like little islands and stuff. And there was a crashed ship on this island that I had heard about. And I was like, ooh. And I was all excited to do the crashed ship thing again and explore and find stuff. But it turns out that all you'd have to do is like, you basically work your way, platform your way through the island to get to the ship. And then once you get to the ship, it's basically just like, okay, open up this, unlock this door, and then there's a chest, and there's your reward. And I was like, well, that's lame. Also, the reward was just like a new paint job for the spaceship, so I'm like, that's extra lame. Like, why did I do all of this for a fucking paint job? Like, at least give me parts so I can, like, upgrade shit. But, whatever. But yeah, it's just, I really hate that speeder. It's really frustrating. So I've been traveling around and trying to find, I've actually looked online to find out where the fast travel points are, because I actually went through a section And then I had to go back there, and I'm like, I never unlocked a fast travel over there. So I had to like travel all the way over there again, and it was really annoying. And I looked online, and I was like, yeah, okay, there's a fast travel spot here. And I made sure to go to that exact spot so that I could unlock that. Because I need fast travel, because the speeder sucks. So, yeah. But I'm still enjoying the game. It's not my favorite Star Wars game. I still like the Jedi Survivor games better. But it's not horrible, and I don't hate the stealth that much still. So, fingers crossed, I can finish it. Probably won't take me as long to finish it, because as I think I said last episode, I'm probably not going to do as many of the side things because they're kind of annoying. So I'll probably just stick to the main quests and stuff and see if I can get by with that. So, come back next episode and see if I'm still liking it. See you then. Bye!